What is going on, everybody? I am back here for another video today, and today we are going to be talking about a Netflix film called The Babysitter. So The Babysitter is directed by McG, in which he also did Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle, Terminator Salvation, but he also was an executive producer of a show that I watch regularly, and that is Supernatural. So I was looking forward to it a little bit, considering he was a part of something that I do like. However, he was a part of some bad projects, so I wasn't really looking forward to this film that much. This film focuses on a young individual named Cole, and it shows how Cole and his babysitter, V, have a pretty great connection with each other. They are really great friends and they have a great relationship between the two. However, one night, Cole stays up past his bedtime and he finds his babysitter, and she's not as innocent as he once thought she was, because she is part of a satanic cult. Now, if you guys never heard of this film, you're probably thinking, what kind of plot is that? What kind of scenario is that? It's just such a crazy thing. So what genre does this fit into? It is a horror comedy. So yes, it's a horror comedy. Does it work though? I would say a little bit, not the whole time. I would say what really saves this film is the cast of it. So we have Judah Lewis playing Colt, in which was also in a Jake Gyllenhaal film recently called Demolition, in which he was pretty good in that as well. But Cole plays this innocent little nerdy kid, and we see he has a drastic change from the beginning of the film to the end, and he realizes that the world isn't as small and sweet as he once thought it was. And when you watch this movie and you examine Cole's character, you see on how innocent he was, and then he turns into like this tough kid, and he's really been through some tough shit in his life. Whether it's like some bullies at school bullying Cole, or the realization as this babysitter that he loved and kind of had a crush on, that she's not really that sweet. And when it comes down to it, I would say that this is like a dark coming of age story for Cole. And then the other big character, V, played by Samara Weaving. If you really look at her character in depth, you can kind of see sort of a foreshadowing from in the beginning of how she has some evilness inside of her. You can just tell as soon as you see her, she has a little crazy to her. But her and Judah Lewis, I would say they had really good chemistry in this film. And I thought the supporting cast was pretty great as well. They all have different personalities. One of them that stood out to me is like this guy, Robbie Amell. And Amell, you guys have probably heard that last name before. It is because Stephen Amell, the guy that plays Arrow on the CW, is cousins with Robbie. And Robbie in this film, he plays this muscular jock, and he's just really funny. And now let's get to some flaws. So yes, this is a horror comedy, but I'll admit, a lot of the stuff in here is like completely over the top. And towards the beginning, until we get to the end, it feels like throughout the movie, it's kind of getting sillier and sillier. I kind of wish it took some of this stuff more serious in a way. But I mean, in a horror comedy, you need that type of stuff, but it was just way too much. And I kind of thought with myself, I'm like, this maybe could have been a better concept if this was a straight up horror flick. I think we just would have cared about the characters so much more. I think our hearts would have been racing so much more, and I thought it would just be a more enjoyable film if this was a straight up horror. And there's this girl that is like Cole's next door neighbor, and she's like, I guess if you want to call it Cole's love interest. But when it comes down to it, I'm not trying to be mean, but I don't think her character needs to be in the film at all, because she doesn't really do anything. And I kind of thought it was unnecessary for her to be a part of this film. And outside, while this night is going on with this, Cole finding out the satanic cult is in his house, and there's some like crazy loud noise going outside the house, and like explosions and just yelling and constant of it. And there's like, Cole's house is surrounded by a bunch of houses, but like no neighbors are around. I guess they're either sleeping or they're on vacation or something, and no one hears anything, which is kind of silly. And at the end of the movie, it tries to bring this little meaning to it, and again, it just didn't work for me. I thought it shouldn't have been included in the movie. The meaning just, it tried to hit you, but it didn't hit me at all. Guys, in the end, The Babysitter, it has a really unique concept to it, but it just wasn't for me. I do think it's really entertaining, however, and I don't love this film as much as some people. Like, a lot of people on the internet really liked it, but I wasn't one of those people. And virtually, when it comes down to it, I think the cast saved this movie from being a bad film. And I'm going to give The Babysitter a C-. But guys, in the end, I thought The Babysitter could have been something so much more better than it was. And I thought it would have been interesting if this was a straight up horror movie. But now guys, the big question here today, did you guys watch The Babysitter? What did you guys think about The Babysitter? Drop your comments down below, guys, and I do recommend this movie just to give it a try. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, so that way you can see me next time. Thanks for watching.